I just need to remind y'all again, everyone who is ginger, who has red hair, those are black people. All gingers are black people. If they have red hair, they are black. You see a white man with red hair, that's a black man. You see a white woman with red hair, that's a black woman. Gingers are black. All gingers. Why gingers are black? A lot of y'all Irish people were right beside black people on the plantation. Okay? FYI. But all of y'all are descendants of a Haitian deity named Brigitte Samedi. That's why all gingers are black.
Something incredible has happened to redheads and gingers. I don't know if you know, but many people of the black community have came out and said that they see redheads and gingers aligned with many of the genetic features and the characteristics of black women. This has really brought up such an important issue because so many of these gorgeous women are coming forward and saying that they can identify that something is off with the way that redheads are treated by many people in the white community. And this is something difficult thing to talk about because it's not racism. I don't know where that falls, but being born with red hair and super pale skin but not feeling accepted is a really, really tough spot to be in. You get bullied from a young age, you're made to believe it's horrible, people insult you without even meaning to. Some of the things that people have said to me because I have ginger hair growing up has been the most unhinged experience of my life. I once met a woman who came up to me and she said, "I like your ginger hair, but honestly my biggest fear when I was pregnant was that I was going to give birth to a ginger baby." And I didn't know what to say and I just was like, okay. She's like, and I'm really sorry for saying this. She was like, but I actually think I would prefer a child with a disability than red hair. And that is genuinely, hand on heart, what someone has said to me. That is just honestly not even the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the type of comments that you're experiencing when you're growing up with red hair. So for people in the black community to come out and call out that something is not right in the way that people with red hair are treated and to call out the fact that something is off is the best thing that could happen.
If you're brand new to the gingers or black phenomenon, I'm here to orient you as quickly as I can. At the beginning of May, a black woman creator on TikTok said, "Gingers are black," emphatically, and then made a case for it. And then a bunch of black creators were like, "I co-sign on this. Absolutely they are. Gingers are black." And a bunch started making genetic arguments, historical arguments. Like people, if you really go down the rabbit hole, you will see there's actually quite a lot of overlap. But even all of that aside, a lot of people in the black community said, they're black because we say they are. We have adopted them into the family, and that's that. We love them forever. We ride for them. That's it. And then all the redheads were like, yes! Someone picked us finally! We've been bullied our whole childhoods, we've been made fun of, we've been made to feel a bit different within the white community, and now there's like this group that are appreciating us so deeply and so heavily and saying that we are beautiful and lovely and, you know, to hold our heads high. They're renaming us, so instead of Ginger and Carrot Top and Fire Crotch and all of those other awful nicknames that we've been given, they're like, you guys are red velvet kings and queens now.
I feel like we should be paying TikTok this week for emotional healing, like true therapy for us gingers or ginjas. I guess we're nixing the hard R. This has stirred up so much emotion. It's just been kind of this big joke amongst white people, but I don't actually know that they know what they were doing. My parents even. It started when I was born. My parents are loving. They love me. They really do. But since I can remember, I was probably 3 or 4 the first time I heard it, and I've heard it multiple times. When my mom was pregnant, because I'm the only redhead in my family, and we have a very large family on both sides, the only redhead. I was told while my mom was carrying me that my dad said, I don't want it to be a girl, and if it's a girl, she better not be a redhead. And my mom said it so nonchalantly, and she just said it like, oh, but we love you, and look how you turned out, and you're beautiful, and we're just so happy you're here. But from the get-go, from birth, I had been told that what I was wrong. What I wasn't wanted. So at a very young age, before I even know who I am and what I am yet, I was told that I'm not normal.
The redheads are black trend, I want to talk about it because I did not think so many redheads would come on the internet and share all of their stories. My eyes are literally watering right now because I think it's so crazy that our entire childhood we were hated, we were bullied, like we were made fun of for anything possible, like our freckles, our hair, the color of our skin, like being so pale. Like, it is so crazy because obviously redheads are very rare, so there's typically not many of them. In my elementary, I want to say I maybe had 2 in my grade, if that, or 1. Like, I don't even know. But I do know my entire childhood, I was bullied for having red hair. I was bullied for freckles. I was bullied for being pale. I was bullied for being different. And I always remember, like, going to the grocery stores and stuff, and the older ladies would always compliment my hair and always tell me, like, how pretty I was and never to dye it. But of course, as a kid, like, I'm different, and it hurts. It hurts to know that everybody around me called me the devil, like, told me that I have no soul, told me that I was a witch. Like, the amount of bullying I got, it is crazy because everybody's like, oh, it really wasn't that bad. But I'm reading these comments and it was so bad. Like, the stories that people said, like, it's all the same for all of us redheads. And I think it's crazy because redheads would not have this confidence if the one lady did not post that video saying redheads are black. And when it first took on the internet, everyone thought it was funny, but now everybody is realizing that redheads really were bullied. Redheads really were hated. Like,
it took one woman to come on here and say gingers are black for y'all to believe finally that I'm black. That's crazy, bro. I have 2 black parents, 2 parents darker than me. And nobody was believing me until this lady, shout out to her though, shout out to her, until this queen, let me fix that. This queen came on here and said, gingers are black. So forget all the family pictures, all the melanin, excuse me, not right now. I've been inside, I look like a sugar cookie, whatever. Summertime, excuse the melanin, right? Excuse the hair, excuse everything, you know what I'm saying? Forget all that. I was still a white man. Now, and only now that she says something, now everybody call me black. It's crazy, but shout out to her. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the gingers around the world, white, black, everybody. Shout out to y'all, man. I grew up hating my freaking freckles. You know what I'm saying? They was calling me a ripe banana. I got called fire crotch. Yo, Sinbad, Jadena, any name in the book, I heard it. Finally, we getting some love.
All right, listen up, white folk. Now that gingers have finally been claimed and are able to take their rightful place with our black brothers and sisters, we gotta set some ground rules for the rest of you male-looking ass people. First up, you cannot use the G word anymore, okay? That term is reserved for us, and also all black people now have the G word pass. We are part of the BIPOC community, okay? We are POHC, people of hair color. Number 2, if you use SPF 50 or higher, that is cultural appropriation. And no, we are not all Irish, okay? That is a stereotype.